There we go. Try to get some of that light blur out of there. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Fortunately, I need to get another monitor. Doing this live stuff on two monitors is a pain in the butt. But yeah, I'll have to do that at some point. I kind of stopped doing the streaming thing for a while, so you gotta forgive me here and what you're looking at. So what you're looking at here is a text message I got from, well, it's turns out it's from the Democratic Party of Michigan. My phone number is a Michigan phone number, and lately I've been getting blasted with these text messages from this area code, and they're always asking for this person, Maria. Is this Maria? And I just keep saying I could be for the right price, right? Just jokingly, and figuring I won't get anything back. And this has been going on for a while now, and I've never gotten anything back. So I finally get something back. I get excited here. Got it. Thank you. My name is Mark, and I'm a volunteer with the Michigan Democratic Party. The election is right around the corner, and I wanted to check in. Will you be supporting Joe Biden, Camilla Harris, and Gary Peters? I don't even know who Gary Peters is. That must be somebody in Michigan. I'm in Colorado. I've been here for a long time now, but, my cell phone, and I'm not going to change it. Most people don't now. And so anyways, I don't know who Gary Peters is. But am I going to support him in the general election? So now the time, I'm going to start playing with these people. Hashtag Trump 2020. So then we scroll down, and I went through and put these all together so they were easy to manage for this video. And I say, sorry, Joe's a pedo. So, nope. I'm just going to play with these people. Joe isn't a pedo, but Trump is a rapist. Oh my God, they jump right to he's a rapist. There we go, unproven again that he's a rapist. He raped some girl, I guess. I mean, they keep claiming that, but there's been no conviction, no charges, what have you. But he's a rapist. He may be dead by the time election comes. Now we're going to he's dying. He's going to be dead. That's news to me. I mean, he seems to be doing a lot better. He's doing a lot of tweeting in that hospital. Whatever. So you may want to change your vote. See, this doesn't seem too professional to come back to somebody who you're looking for support. Although I did start off strong because I figured, they weren't really going to respond or whatever. And I figured they would not play like they did. So I said, Joe doesn't even know where he is at. He seemed to on the debate stage. I did watch that whole debate, everybody, and man, he mumbled, he stumbled, he couldn't find the correct words. He did a lot of the guy was not all there. Yeah, Trump interrupted him some, but Joe interrupted Trump. And it was definitely more of a real debate than a question and answer session, in which is, I guess, most Americans are used to these questions and answers. Hey, Trump, how do you like it in Florida? Oh, I think it's pretty good, and we're going to get a lot of votes. That type of stuff. And it's like, why? Why do we allow that? That's not a debate, people. So this was more of a debate. You're supposed to argue your point back and forth. You're supposed to interrupt in a debate. That's what you do. So these 2 minutes apiece to answer a question by Chris Walls is a joke. That's a joke. But let's continue on here. So Trump is now on a hallucinogenic drug because he didn't wear a mask and his life is in danger. He didn't wear a mask. He's been wearing a mask. And the guy, if you don't know, people, is a germaphobe. He doesn't even like shaking hands. So out of everybody, Trump is back there wiping his hands down and using hand sanitizer before the Wu flu, before the CCP virus. So you think he's not, all of a sudden he's changed mentally from being a germaphobe? No, he's even said he is a germaphobe, and maybe this thing is a good thing because he's never really liked shaking hands. But that wouldn't be presidential to go around not shaking hands, right? So he does it to get pictures and for, to be a politician. He doesn't like doing that. He's a guy you could have probably always fist bumped and that was probably okay. I'm guessing he was probably okay never shaking hands. Well, he said he's never been okay. He's been okay with not shaking hands. So I say, Joe stutters and looked lost. Maybe he allowed you to rub his leg here while taking money from Ukraine and China. 47 years, the piece of shit has done nothing. Nothing. I didn't lie about anything right there. Joe's on video talking about kids rubbing his leg here, so I was kind of make a jab at that. And he did stutter and, mumbled and grumbled or whatever you want to say. He couldn't find the right words. See, I'm not a professional orator, so I'm not supposed to find the correct words. I'm not good in front of a camera. I haven't had 50 years of talking in front of a camera. Joe has, and he looked horrible on the debate stage. So 47 years, and then Ukraine and China. That's all it's being claimed, and I have a video up on YouTube where he tells Ukraine, he blackmails Ukraine, and then Ukraine has started to reinvestigate that, and they want Hunter Biden, and they say Joe Biden's connected. He was calling the shots. Of course, they paid Hunter the money, so it would go to Joe Biden. Joe Biden, it went through some offshore accounts. Rudy Giuliani has brought in people from Ukraine to talk about this. So, are you saying that's made up? I don't know. Maybe it is. I wasn't there. But it sure does seem more solid than the whole Russia thing, which turns out to be bought and paid for by Hillary Clinton, as far as I can tell from, the news, and that's what we have to rely on, right? So, I'm going to continue down. Sorry. I need to get that second monitor. This is a pain in the butt. So, I also say, as for Harris, he is a failed prosecutor, or she is a failed prosecutor, which is true. Her record was horrendous being a prosecutor, but, I guess let's overlook that. And for fun, I say, sorry, commies need to die. Just jab them, You're wrong about all that. Joe was the VP during a progressive economic boom in this country and was never investigated, unlike Trump. Well, he was investigated by Ukraine. Ukraine dropped it because, what was going on. He was VP. But he's being reinvestigated right now. So is Hunter Biden. So, there are things going on there. And they claim that it was to pay off Biden. I don't know. Is it true? Isn't it true? I really don't know. But that's what we have to go on. So, in about the economic boom, that's debatable too. I guess it depends who you are. For some, I guess maybe it was a boom. For others, it wasn't. I don't think it was the best. I don't think it was the worst. It was pretty stagnant, if you will. That's how I feel. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best. It was just stagnant. The economy was just there. In some places, like always, it does better than other places. I don't know. Right here in Colorado, on the Front Range, it does really good. Houses are selling for more than we paid for our house. Everything's up in value. I don't know. So here it's fine, even during these times. And then he goes on for his ties into foreign countries, meddling in elections. Oh, he's going to jump back on that whole Russia collusion thing. Okay, right. That's already been proved that that's fake. But hey, let's go on about Russia collusion. Why not? And the meddling in elections. Okay. Foreign countries have always meddled in our elections, and we have meddled in their elections. Why are people surprised by that? I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've been around the State Department, because my father's job when I was younger and stuff, but we meddle in other countries' elections. We monitor them very closely, and we influence elections. So it's not surprising other countries have try to meddle in our elections, and they will continue to. They've done it in the past. They've currently done it where people are kind of aware of it now. And it's no doubt Russia, China, probably North Korea, Iran, lots of countries meddle in our elections. That's what they're going to do. It's been happening for a long time. Now, how severe? We don't know. That would be, our foreign agencies, or our agencies that deal with foreign affairs, and what information they have. Of course, we're not privy to all that information, so who knows? I'm sure there's an office out there. We have an office for everything. So, elections. As for Harris, she is successful prosecutor turned senator. She was not a successful prosecutor. She took the easy cases. She made deals. She wouldn't take hard cases. And as far as turning senator, she ran in a Democratic area. It's like Hillary Clinton being senator of New York. She ran in an area that was controlled by Democrats. If she would have lost that, that would have been really embarrassing. It was a guaranteed win. All you had to be was alive and a Democrat. You could have probably been dead and be a Democrat and you'd win. But anyways, that's really not an accomplishment. Oop, 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 oop. Grabbed the wrong window there. You all worried about a virus, 99% recovery from. Remember, this is through text messages, so grammar's not the best, and there's probably spelling errors, I'm sure. So your homemade mask won't save you if it was that deadly. That's true. I mean, the homemade mask is not going to save you. The virus is smaller than the mask, and it's going to go through the fibers and whatever. It might cut down on how many feet and this and that, but it might stop, as Fauci originally said, it's going to stop a big piece of spittle like going out and maybe happen to go in somebody's mouth, happen to go in somebody's eye. But the likelihood, it's not going to really stop anything. And finally, neither of them are communist. Laugh my ass off. All of their policies would benefit you. He doesn't even know me. How does this marked person with the Democratic Party know if these policies would benefit me? How do they know? I'm assuming they think I'm Maria still. And maybe Maria, somehow they have Maria's information. Maybe Maria's a lower income person. I don't know. No, Biden's policies would not benefit me at all. Not one little bit. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. There's nothing about Biden and Harris, or as they say, Harris's policies, that would benefit me. Nothing. Nothing at all. And finally, neither of them are communist. Oh, yeah, I read that. And I said Ukraine is investigating him. I think I had him under that dark color. Tell that to your orange president. So right now, I'm being a little harsh, but I haven't really, other than calling Joe a pedo, I haven't really been too critical, right? I haven't really tossed out the name calling. Here we go with the orange president. Again, they have a fascination with the color of his skin. Okay, who cares if he spray tans? He thinks it looks good. That's all that matters. I thought we were supposed to be, as far as the Democrats, open to people that look different, that have purple hair, that want tattoos, that want ear gauges and nose piercings and other piercings and this and that. I thought that was a good thing. But they keep throwing out this orange president thing, which has me want to vote for Trump even more. You're not making a case that I should vote for Joe or Harris. Because you're really voting for Harris because Joe's probably going to die. Let's be honest. As he says, tell that to your own friend now fighting for his life in the ICU. fighting for his life in the ICU. The guy's like tweeting, walking around. He went in the motorcade around, which he's getting yelled at. He seems fine to me. Yeah, who cares? And I realize the media's really onto the whole, hey, he needs to, why is he on supplemental oxygen? They keep asking, why is he on supplemental oxygen? Why did he take it? When did he take it? How long was he on? What's it really matter? He's walking around, he's doing stuff. Now, could that be for the cameras? I guess some of it could be. But they wouldn't also release him from Walter Reed over back to the White House. But we'll get to that. I said he was discharged because that was on the news. Oops. And here I go, grabbing the wrong window again. It's going to happen. So I say he was discharged. Oh no, they're not. You're misinformed. I love Democrats. They always say you're misinformed. I'm misinformed. Who? By who? The media? He's discharged. I said, no, I'm not. Then for fun, because they like to say they have sources. I'm like, I have a source. And this is really funny. My phone changed it from Joe to Joey's. I just went with it because I thought it was funny. Joey's also a racist. I figure let's just poke him. Which he kind of is. The guy is a racist. I mean, you watch his clips, Super Predators and other stuff. Yeah, the guy's a racist. But they want to overlook that. Even Harris called him a racist. I guess they forget about that now. You better check again. He has not been discharged. He's really sick and he may not survive. Oh, he might not survive. No. This is no hoax like he said it was. Oh, here we go. The whole hoax thing. That's not what Trump said during the video. You can all go watch the video. That's not what he said. He didn't call it a hoax. And you have to have all the before talk, when he said it's a hoax. You have no sources. You're uninformed. Again, I'm uninformed. And I have no sources, which I don't know. Does he know I have no sources, really? I mean, he doesn't even know who I am. I could be somebody in the White House for all he knows. He's just randomly freaking, spams people about the Democratic Party, hoping to see if you're going to vote for Mr. Joe. I said discharge. It's on the news right now, which it was. I kind of guessed because I knew it was getting close to the time. It's a hoax, 99% survival rate. That's what I tell them, which is true. Again, survival rate's really high. Well, I don't even know what figure they're at right now, but the CDC says 6%. I think it was when I saw 209,000 cases or dead people. Well, 6% of that is like 12,540, right? Something like that, if I'm close. So 12,540 people actually died from the Wu flu. That's what the CDC says. We're a population of 335 million thereabouts, give or take, and that's what died directly from the Wu flu. I love how people always say, hey, I know somebody that died. No, you didn't. Even if it's 209,000, 250,000, 300,000, the likelihood of you actually knowing somebody that died from COVID, from the Wu flu, from the CCP virus, is very slim. Likelihood of you knowing somebody is a very small chance. I actually know somebody that did die, but they're not in this country. So talking about America now. Talking about America. And that friend's father died. He's in Iran. A little bit different conditions there. A little bit different circumstances. And he was put in the hospital because of COVID, but he died because his heart gave out. So at the end of the day, he didn't really die from COVID, but COVID helped him die. Just like if you're sick, elderly, and you get a bad case of the flu, you can also die. If you can't keep in your liquids and all that, You can get dehydrated. You could possibly die if you don't seek medical attention and they put an IV in you and inject you full of fluids. People don't necessarily die directly from the flu, but the flu can lead to the death. So there is a distinction there, and even with COVID or Wu flu or CCP virus, whatever you want to call it, it can kill you, but it's usually older people, people that have issues, underlying issues. Now, a lot of people like to be like, well, we didn't know so-and-so had a heart condition. That's why it's an underlying issue. You're not going to know. They might not have known. Or maybe they had pains before and they were like, I'm not going to the hospital, and they didn't go, And then you have to look at the country and the circumstance and all that. So within the U.S., you're probably not going to know somebody that died. My parents are in Tennessee. They don't know anyone that has died or been hospitalized. I'm trying to think. Other than that friend, I know somebody that has gone COVID. They were just sick, I guess fever, and that was it. No big deal. Got over it. That's it. I mean, I don't know anyone that's been in the hospital died here. I don't know anyone that has said, well, I know somebody that directly, not people online that are saying, hey, I know somebody. I'm talking about actually knowing somebody, or at least a good friend that could say, hey, I don't know anyone. My good friend in Denver, he doesn't know anyone. Other riders I interact with, they're like, I don't know anybody. So I don't know what to believe. But you acting like you somehow know somebody in the comment section. Oh, I know somebody. Susie died. Or Grandma died. It's like, maybe. Are you in New York or something? Because yeah, it's not. Most people are recovering. That's just a fact. So then he gives me that whole, Business Insider, which is basically talking about Trump is getting out. Okay. And then he goes, you are very uninformed. Yep. That's what I say. You are very uninformed. I'm using his words back to him. Yep. Discharged in a bit. I just reiterate, he's being discharged here. And he goes, nope, you're ignorant and lying. Connally said Trump would be taken to the White House medical unit, where he'll be surrounded by world-class medical care 24/7. I hate to break it to this guy. The president is always surrounded by 24/7 medical care. They have White House doctors, White House nurses. He always has medical care. He's the president of the United States, the highest office of the land. He's going to get better care than myself, you. That's just the nature of the beast. So be it. He is very, very sick. You're in denial. Again, he's very, very sick, and I'm in denial. How am I in denial? I don't even know Trump. So I call him, you are a nut. Probably call them protesters too. I meant to, and I corrected here. And I said thugs. Oops. It's not going to let me drag all the way up. Oh. I said, too bad Kyle didn't take more out. Let's just poke him even more, man. Kyle's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. He shouldn't be. He was attacked. I've seen the videos multiple times. There's nothing wrong he did. He only shot who was directly attacking him. And that is legal. You can protect yourself. They've overcharged him. I've watched online lawyers talk about this, and they're like, yeah, he's overcharged. He'll end up getting off of everything. The most he could be convicted of, possibly the whole weapon in that state. But he won't be convicted of murder because you have a right to protect yourself. That right doesn't go away. I'll have to switch over to my other screen because it won't let me scroll all the way up. I did not test that part of this. So, and he goes, and I hope Trump recovers so Joey can thump him in the ass. Well, I like that he's using Joey now, even though mine was a the phone corrected it. So, I don't know. So I thought it was cute. But he may not. I think he's given his last rally speech. What? So he thinks Trump's going to die, and he's given his last rally speech. They're so dead set that Trump's going to die. Trump's going to die. Trump's going to die. Even if that happens, okay, let's say Trump dies. Mike Pence comes in. Mike Pence then can nominate somebody else to be VP. I have a feeling a lot of people are still going to vote for Mike Pence because he's a likable guy. I don't think that's going to change. So they would still win. So what's that? Well, how's that going to change anything? Now, if Joe Biden died, would people really vote for Harris? Probably not. They don't like her. Most people don't like her. Then he goes on to say, he's either gonna rot in jail with Kyle or end up dead. Cheers. Why would Trump go to jail? For what? I always hear this, but I don't understand where they're coming from. How is Trump gonna go to jail? For what? Name one thing. Russia collusion? That's already been proven to be a hoax, so it's not gonna be that. He thinks Kyle's gonna go to jail. If he goes to jail, it's not for murder, having a weapon within that state due to his age or whatever that case might be. I forget exactly what the YouTube lawyers had talked about that I've watched. But, yeah. So what? So maybe he serves a few years for having a weapon in that state or something. I mean, that's a possibility, first offense, but he did protect himself, and he's allowed to protect himself. So, and I said, just to rub it in, and this was a little time later, probably like 30 minutes later or so, because I was picking my daughter up from school and walking home. But Kyle is a hero who took out thugs. I wonder how One Arm Guy is doing. I just gave Kyle another $100. I figured just keep poking this dude. By the way, you spam me asking who I would vote for. This is why I could never vote Democrat again. You all are not professional at all with different opinions. Because, I have a different opinion. And instead of just being like, hey, have a good day, they're just like, he's like fighting with me. He called the president an orange man. He's going to die. He's dead. He's, all this stuff. I mean, he's really, this guy is just a nut. I said this is why I couldn't vote for a Democrat. Again, you are all not professional at all with different opinions. I'll tell you what, this makes a great YouTube video as I'm a content creator. Thank you for the freebie. So yeah, I'm being honest. So I figured why not make this video? After this guy started coming back, I'm like, wow, this is some good content here. And I haven't done a live video in a long time. Didn't really want to do a live video, getting ready for a trip here. But if you want to text these people right here. So I'm using my Google Voice number when I got back home, and I send a text off. I'm acting like, hey, I really like Joe, but I don't like Harris. I'm trying to get them to interact some to see what else they'll say. What else are they going to actually be unprofessional again? I honestly don't know. I just find it pretty funny. And actually, I'm going to look at my phone right now because it says I have some messages. Let's see. Did I get a message? Hold on. Respond to the wife. Yes, I want dinner. Chick-fil-A. It's Chick-fil-A night. Nope. Okay. I didn't. Nope. And some spam. During election season, so much spam, but that was actually total spam. But thing is, he probably has my number, so I'll probably get more spam because obviously this person really hates me. But it's funny that they think I am Marie Henrietta, whatever. So what, would that be Hispanic or something? Do they think I'm Hispanic? And at no time did they ask, like, is this really? It was like they obviously didn't even read this line of, I could be for the right price. right? I mean, somebody says, "Here's $10,000. Can you be Marie?" Depending what they want you to do. Heck yeah, yeah, sure, okay. You want me to say I'm voting for Joe? I'm not going to really, but you give me $10,000, I'll let you believe I am. That's right. And when I vote, I'll just vote and claim I voted for Joe. Sure. So if you want to send me $10,000 and buy my vote, I think that's illegal for you to buy my vote. But is it more on you or me? I don't know the legality there, but yeah, that would be pretty funny if you sent me $10,000. If you want to send me $10,000, I would consider, um, you know, voting for Joe. I really am not going to, people, but I will take that money gladly, and I will Photoshop a ballot with Joe checked or whatever, the circle filled in. Here in Colorado, we do vote by mail. That system's been set up for a long time. They're not just sending ballots out to me unsolicited, which brings me to my buddy in Denver. He moved here from California. He was in California. And he said years ago when he rechecked in California, he was still on the rolls there to vote. So possibly, if they're just mass mailing out ballots because they haven't purged their rolls, that there's a ballot going to his old address, and that person, hopefully if they're honest, would just shred it or throw it away or return to sender. If they're dishonest, they're going to open it and vote for whoever they want. Now, I guess it could happen in either direction, but it seems like the Democrats tend to like to cheat to vote more so than the Republicans, which is interesting. I mean, just human behavior, I guess. It's just kind of interesting. So anyways, I just thought I'd bring you this weird text. Feel free to call the 989 number there, 800-0179, and ask for Mark. Same name as mine, actually. So apparently Mark is a volunteer with the Michigan Democratic Party. Let them know how you feel about Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Gary Peters, whoever the heck that is. Nope, not going to vote for any of those, and I wouldn't even if I was in Michigan. And the other texts I've been getting actually say they're from the UAW. I had one that actually was like, I'm from the UAW. They responded back too, and I said the same thing. It could be for the right price, and then I think that it was a standard script. Hey, from the UAW, blah blah blah. Democratic Party. Who are you voting for? And I said Trump, and they just responded back professionally. You know what they said? Whoever responded to me was very professional. They said, we believe in your choice of whoever you want to vote for. That's up to you, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing here, but it was something like that, and that was it. That was the end of the conversation. That's how it's done. Mark here is horrible. I mean, he wants to argue. So is he arguing with every text he gets back? Surely there's more people that are like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you spamming me? This and that. And they're actually engaging in how much are they paid for this? I really want to know. I would love to do a job like that. Just even if it was like $10 an hour, just sit there and respond to people's BS. And you can obviously be snarky back and call the president of the United States, who's your president, an orange man, that he's going to die. He's dead. They think Biden's the greatest guy ever. I do not understand or what you see in Biden. Pick anyone. They could have picked anyone, but they picked a guy who's been in career politician 47, 50 years, being a career politician, and he sucks. He quite frankly sucks. He's been in there so long and he has gotten nothing done. Well, yeah, I guess he's gotten the whole super predator thing and, locked up a lot of black people and didn't want his kid being around him. But, he stands by that pool, rambles on a story that makes no sense in front of a majority of Americans of African descent. I refuse to say African American. They're Americans first, and they're descended from Africa. So let's get that straight. I'm not I don't go around saying I'm European American. I say, I'm American of European descent. There's a big difference there. I don't have any ties to Europe. Probably some distant relatives that I have never met. I don't know. I'm never gonna know. But you know what I'm saying. I'm American first. You should be proud of where you're at. That goes for anyone really, any race or people. You're American now. You became a citizen or somebody in your family at some point. Take pride that you're American, but you can take pride that you came from this land over here. It is kind of cool to think, hey, my ancestors came from England, France, West Africa. Yes, my father took DNA test and he has some West African. So at some point, somebody went over there around 1500 and had a baby. Baby probably looked more white. Took the baby, went back to Europe. Kid grew up, married, had kids, and gene got passed down. And it's not technically in mine now, but now if they refine, they're always refining DNA. Maybe I do have a little West African in me too. It's probably so small, I could never rightfully be like, I am, American of African descent. That's just, I could never go around and do that or rightfully check that box or anything to try to claim extra benefits because, well, that would be lying and I'm not a Democrat. So I'm not going to lie. Anyways, I probably went on long enough. I thought this was fun. So I think we're going to end it here. Thanks for watching. If you stuck around this long, I feel sorry for you. But anyways, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of all this. And in general, I do mean all this. Everything that's going on. So take care. Stay well, my friends. Have a good one. Bye.